our purpose in going to Taiwan was to say that we have this strong relationship built on the status quo, which we support, which is really important because they're saying, well, we're trying to upset. No, the Taiwan Relations Act of 1979, at the same time as our change of recognition, established the terms of our relationship, the 3 U.S.-China joint communiques, and the 6 assurances. So there's no departure from that. But in keeping with that, we will not allow China to isolate Taiwan. They have kept Taiwan from participating in the World Health Organization, other things where Taiwan can make a very valued contribution. And they may keep them from going there, but they're not keeping us from going to Taiwan. We will not allow them to. So we think their reaction, that was our purpose, to salute this thriving democracy. Don't take it from me. Freedom House said one of the freest democracies in the world. Show our respect for that, for the success of their economy, for the enthusiasm of their young people to embrace democracy, and others as well, but the young knowing nothing else except a free Taiwan. So that was our purpose. Their pretext was our visit, for them to do what they normally do, intensified. They didn't do it when the Senate went under Chairman Menendez of the Foreign Relations Committee. They just decided to do it this time.
I want to thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to participate in this very important, very substantial, and very successful CODEL. It was important for us to be there in the region. The people of the region wanted to see us there. They understand that part of what is taking place in the world is, as we see from place after place, it's a question of democracy versus an autocratic government. And they want to know that we are partners. And that's why they welcomed us at every stop that we went to, saying thank you for being here. Whether it was Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, or Malaysia. In Taiwan, we saw people lined up down the streets, over 250,000 people watching our flight land. And then the crowds on the streets saying thank you for coming. Particularly in regards to Taiwan. We've got some bills that were coming out or that have passed already, like the Taiwan Peace and Stability Act. They were interested to know that, like the Taiwan Fellowship Act and the Taiwan Reassurance Act. Again, it is not us who want to change the status quo. We see that coming from Beijing.
Well, I think what we saw with China was they were trying to establish sort of a new normal, and we just can't let that happen. Mr. Chairman, do you want to respond to that in terms of, we don't know what the Chinese plan, but we know that they were trying to push their way closer to whatever thoughts they have about the future.
Yeah, so look, clearly China had their plans before we took our trip. And what they want to do is to try to deter us from going to visit our friend and ally. And I think what this trip did, which they did not expect, is show that no matter what President Xi says, we are going to stand by our friends and allies. So I think that China now has to take a different viewpoint on it, because we are unequivocal on what our positions will be with reference to our friends and our allies. The president visiting when he did and talking about being involved in the region, and now the House of Representatives, led by the Speaker of the House, gave Xi a message that he's not going to dictate to us on what we do and what we don't do. And so I would hope that he now understands he should talk to us on those things that we can work with, as indicated by my colleagues, and with climate, because that's really important to us, and keeping the status quo. Nobody wants to change anything. And so I hope their calculus has changed as they now pull back from the tests and the the training period that they've done over the last few days.